Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Okay. Yeah, man. Very interesting. Now, if I can just stick to how I'm playing this right here, maybe then Voldo will go down. Damn it, Voldo! You know something. I've always had a problem with Voldo when I play this game. And, you know, playing as him is hard, but playing against him is twice as hard. And the thing is that, you know, maybe it's because Nightmare's too slow. But I'll tell you one thing, though. I do love playing Soul Calibur 2 again. They can have their PS5s and their Xbox Ones. I don't need it at this point. But you know what, though? To be perfectly honest with you, that 4K would look really, really good right now. But nope, shaking it off. Don't need it. Don't want it. Otherwise, I'd be just as petty as my good friend Beat 'em Down. I ain't got time for that. Though at the same time, I would love to just, you know, go ahead and give Rob that beatdown he needs in Street Fighter. Boy. Oh, God, I'm starting to become petty again. And, you know, considering that the show is 5 years old, I really shouldn't be doing that sort of thing. I've matured. But, as I mature, there's a lot of immaturity floating around, so we better go ahead and get back into it. My vacation is over because, welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio.
Hey, what's going on, J360 Legion? Welcome to the J-Man Show, here for 178 Anniversary Road. Matter of fact, this is Anniversary Week. I'm your host, J-Man, of course, and in case you didn't realize, the J-Man Show is officially 5 years old. Well, I don't know what sort of age it's going to go, or how long it's going to be, but I'm glad we managed to make it over the hump for 5 years. And this is pretty great, man. Nothing but achievement and success my way. Of course, you know, it was an uphill battle to get here, though. I mean, what with so many times of, you know, burnouts here, company issues over there. I'm not even talking about this year. I'm just talking about the road to get to this year. And even then, you know, that some of that stuff was college and all that kind of things, man. I've just been going through it. But hey, going through it sometimes, you can have so many breakthroughs, which is why there has to be a balance of things. Especially when you think that you're at the end of your rope, you might not be, because guess what? Anything can manifest into itself. And I gotta say that the J-Man Show is one of the best things that I've created so far. So, yeah, you know, things are looking up. And, managed to get a lot of fans and meet a whole lot of cool people doing it. And it also spread into other things, such as, you know, the Hangout Show, where I'm hanging out with other people, which is getting relaunched, by the way. I've been working on the packaging for that. Just try to get it in a way where I can make it different, where it can stand on its own like the other shows. The Mini Bites, the Cyclone. I actually took back time to look at the Cyclone a little bit, and I'm like, you know, if the sports show gets healthy again, and if there's a lot of you guys out there that are sports buffs, and you guys want to team up with me now and again on something that's also pretty cool, I'm leaving that open for you, because I think that show has a fair shake now, especially since I got rid of all the problems that surrounded it. And, you know, it's just one of those kind of things I'll look into for either 2021 or 2022. It's just one of them kind of things. But also, I've looked at the Power Play again. Power Play is good. Managed to get all the stuff I needed to bring that back. And I'm not saying anything because, you know, I want you guys to anticipate it when you least expect it. And I know that seems kind of open-ended, but believe me, it's well worth the wait like anything else. And then also, J360 Jams. Who would have thought that Jams would catch fire like it did? 10 episodes in, and it just blossomed. Boomed even, you know? And I love it. Love that series a lot. Not just because of the music, but because of how it works with the community. And, so far, dare I say it, I didn't expect to be building one, but here we go, And that's going to be a new road to travel on, too. I've managed to hear from a lot of people saying that they like my material, but they have such a hard time keeping up. So I have a solution for that. And that solution would be the J360productions.com. Yep, that website alone will allow you to keep up with the antics of me and the crew, and not only that, you'll capture each and every single show, you'll see like the new events that pop up, you will see certain things, you can actually help fund us, through Patreon, GoFundMe and all, and not to mention everything that's J360 Productions related will be on that page. So no worrying about Facebook, no worrying about all that other stuff. I mean, you could like us on Facebook, the thing is, the Facebook pages are just, I don't know, do any of y'all still use those things? I mean, after a while, it's good to build awareness, I would say. And then, you have that presence there. But the thing is, after a while, you will want to build your own website. You will want to have a home base of sorts. And that's pretty much my gift to y'all. Not to mention, those of you creatives out there, you want to get in touch with me about a few things. Of course, I got the email and I got the hotline. And I also have all that you need right here on the website. So that's all being laid out, plentiful and ready for you all. I would like to say this, though. And what's really funny is, right here on the right side of it, if you ever go on it, that is. You can now, believe it or not. I don't have all the bells and whistles yet, but you can actually visit it and take a look. Everything that's on the right hand here, you can click to it and you can see its personal page open up and all the stuff that you need. For those of you that are fans of the J-Man Show, it's right there for you. If you're fans of the Mini Bites, right there for you. All that stuff is lined up right where it needs to be for easy access. And the same goes for the J360 TV channels. A lot of people have been asking me about that. And to tell you the truth, I'm looking at the way YouTube is, because around this time, YouTube can get pretty screwy. You understand what I'm saying? With its algorithms and all these other things. Of course, now it's playing a Sarkeesian game where everything's offensive, everything is racist, everything is this, and you have to point it out. Not everything's an issue. But I'm going to tell you this, these non-issues, though, they're becoming bigger and bigger upon things. And it gets to the point where it's you know what? Now just isn't the time for this crap. Because we're already dealing with a person that can't understand that he lost. And his followers are out there, they're trying to have a parade or rallies to say stop the steal, stop the count, stop all this other wild stuff, man. But this is funny though, because this is what I was thinking about, back in 2016. When he won, a lot of people on the left side of things were all marching around saying, not my president. I mean, I said not my president because I didn't vote for him. But at the same time, it didn't go on a degree where people were marching around and they were shouting, not my president, not this, blah, 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 and all that. Just pretty much just having a coronary about it. And, a lot of people were being called out. People were crying, upset. But you see, and they were called snowflakes. But right here, in this year of our Lord 2020, it has flipped. Now they're the ones that were so hardcore and so strong-willed and wearing their MAGA hats with pride and all this stuff, saying you know what, you shouldn't cry so much. You shouldn't be so soft. Now they're the ones out crying. Now they're the ones all hobbing around because their boy didn't win. Throughout all their xenophobia and all their hate, could never put that stupid, misshapen man back together again. And even then, he's having a hard time with it because he'll tweet out, let me get the voice right. Let me think of something sad, and then let me act like somebody just scored a lot of lemon in my face. I won the election. I am going to win for the United States. Yeah, he couldn't even say the name of the country right. Look, the thing is, and he will not adhere to a peaceful transition of power. I mean, come on, dude. Some of that stuff is optional, though, because you're going to get removed anyway, whether you like it or not. It's just ridiculous. You were in a 1v1 competition, dude. It was either you or that other person. and I'm gonna use him for an example anyway because he needs this. Like, say like if me and Beat 'em Down were fighting in a Street Fighter match, which is gonna happen, and if it does, it'll be a Power Play episode. The thing is, me and him are fighting it out. If I go down in 2 rounds, which is the best out of 3, I didn't win, okay? I lost. Matter of fact, the game will even go out and tell me that. It'll tell me that directly as soon as I got that last hit. You lose. See, that's what it is. And you see, like, people like Trump, and they either got to win or nothing. They never know about that second outcome being a possibility, or the idea that, you know what, as much as you're in it to win it, you're in it to lose it too. That's just the way it is. You did not win. Hell, you didn't even come in second. You lost. I mean, it was the race to get 270 votes, electoral votes. The man lost the popular and the electoral. And then the first time around, he lost the popular, but he won the electoral. And even then, the way you look at it, it's like this. Also, he didn't do a good job for the first 4 years. Let's just go ahead and clear that out. If you did a good job, see, these are one of those kind of things. If you did a good job for your first run, even if there were mistakes in play, you would get reelected. But you see, the thing is, you did not do a good job. You were not the president for all people. You were the president for a certain group of people that you wanted to be president for. And they were behind you because of, hey, guess what? He's saying the things that I think about on the daily and nobody's fighting him. So I feel empowered to go ahead and be xenophobic, racist, and otherwise complete cluster and a detriment to everything that the ideas of what a democracy should stand for. You know? Like, there are times where, it vexes me on the stupidity of people. It vexes me on, like, where we are as a society. And there are times where I'm just like, why should I even be here right now? Why should I even stand for this? Well, for one thing, it's my pride. And another thing is, I'm in pretty much my prime years here. And one way or another, I'm going to try to shape a good future. Not a perfect one, but a good one. And one that's livable. And if I just let these people run amok and go ahead and do all these things without speaking or, standing up against some of this stuff, if not all of it, and keyword, when I say some, I usually mean all, stand up against this, then I'm just as bad as they are. And that's not what I go for here. I mean, when people try to say, oh yeah, well, what political party are you part of, Jay? I'm an American, man. Always an American first. And I'm non-affiliate. Centrist, if you will. Because I use both principles. And that balance. But when you have people that sit there and they go like, oh, well, you did it. It's like, they go ahead and they complain all the time. Not making fun of somebody saying they got special needs. But quite a lot of these people don't know how to handle the fact that you lost. You take a L. Every time you march around here, you wear that Proud Boys stuff, you got that Confederate flag, or you even brandish the Nazi symbol and you just walk around out there in the streets and stuff like that. Well, one way or another, you lost. You have a losing team insignia on you. You lost. And the MAGA and all that MAGA symbolism right there goes along with it. Because at the end of the day, you make no sense. You talk about bringing people together, but you have people separate. You talk about like, oh, we're making things great, but you're making things harder for people. You put all this other insanity out here and stuff, and you try to hold everybody back, and then at the same time, you try to go ahead and cause more strife and destruction because nobody wants to be a part of your stupid idealism. No matter how jaded and all sorts of screwed up it is, it ain't helping nobody. And then, like, when Black Lives Matter show up, you get scared about that. Or when, people take a knee instead of standing for the national anthem. Because it had nothing to do with the flag, by the way. Yeah. By the way, it's pretty much taking a knee for those who have been felled and killed by capital punishment in the hands of police officers that will not be held accountable because of the issues that are around us. Whether it be race, whether it be protocol, whether it be the penal code, all those things. Like, defunding the police does not mean that the police department operates without money. It means don't beef them up to military grades. There's a lot to it. But a lot of people with misinformation, see, that's the thing. If anything, you already have a problem with the news medias. You already have a problem with mainstream media. I have my problems with them too. And look at me, I'm trying to work for them as well as run my independent production company. But I know. You understand what I'm saying? But the worst thing you can do is feed into misinformation. Misinformation is the one thing that keeps us as open as we are. You know what I mean? Where sometimes I'm wacky and I'm off the chain a little bit. There are times where I have to look at it, but I have a basis for it. You know? You pay attention to what's going on first. You see what's going on right here. But also, you know, like with all the issues, like with homelessness, with Medicare, with all these things that go wrong, and then you realize that there are private institutions out here. And as I say private, it means you have to pay into them and stuff. Private institutions out here that will be happily ripping you off and not giving you any coverage like anything. Those things need to be regulated. Some things need to be looked into. The whole country needs to be fixed up. Which is why sometimes, you know what, when you look at the 4 years of Trump, I look at it like this. Despite all that crazy stuff that happened with the police, and a lot of these people out here calling the cops on no issues at all, it identified a lot of things. It identified how divided the people are, how jaded the people can be, and how, you know, unless it really affects them in some way or form, they're not going to get involved. So it shows how selfish they are too. It shows a lot of different sides and shades of people, and it doesn't represent red, white, and blue. It represents, hey, I'm white, you black. Those are Hispanics over there, or those are people that I don't want to deal with. And then, like, at the end of the day, you look at it, it's like, that's the broad term. That's what's fed out here all the time. And the thing is, some of us invest in it and we soup it up. We sop it up like biscuits or sponges. And the worst part about it all is that, you know, do you really follow this stuff? Do you really adhere to this crap? That's the thing. And if you don't, you know, then all of a sudden you're the odd person out, and then they start treating you like you're crap. So then you feel like you got to be a part of a group. Unless you're me. Now, me, on the other hand, I remember somebody asked me, Jay, what side are you on? I said, mine. Yeah. I was something to reckon with when I was a kid. You know, like, truth be told, I was always on my own side about things. And then seeing all this crazy stuff going on, but a lot of people would follow me anyway about it. Because the truth is that, you know what? I may not like Group A here, but I damn sure don't like Group B. And honestly, I see Group C trying to form. I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm on my own group. And then all of a sudden, everybody else comes around me, so I guess we're Group D. And then at the end of the day, that Group D here is supposed to keep all those other groups in check. So that's usually how that goes down. But at the end of the day, you know, I look at it like this. Shouldn't be acting a certain way. Shouldn't be throwing all this stuff out here. Shouldn't be spewing hate and at the same time shock when you get hate back. Supposed to be making a better way. Supposed to be making life livable. And with Trump in office like that, you know, I did what I could. And I made my life bearable. But not exactly livable yet.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
I'm making it livable now. I'm doing what I got to do now. But you know, the thing about it is, despite it all, you see all that stuff out there, and it's going to take a long time before things really, really get fixed. Like one way or another, we just fell apart from Dr. King's dream, if you will. But that's where you and me out here, those of us that are in this, elder millennial, younger millennial, or even further down the line, we have to all really just come together. You got to prove that we're better than all this other stuff. Because you got older people out here that love this stuff. They like keeping this stuff going on because you know what? It was something that they wanted in their time. But instead of it not happening in their future, they want to put it in our future. And that's not right. I can't live for a world like that, I mean, and would you? Would you really? The dystopian times that surround us. Now, is it going to get any better with Biden in office? We'll have to see. And then a lot of people ask me this too. Jay, are you going to be as hard on Biden's group as you were on Trump? Yes. Yes, and more so, damn it. I'm going to tell you why. Because I got to keep them accountable too. What you think this is? A one-sided kind of thing? Hell yeah, shoot. I don't just lighten up just because it's different or somebody has the same skin color as me. Not at all. If you're an a-hole, you're an a-hole. But the thing about Joe Biden is, among other things, I don't have to worry about him as much as old Trumpenstein over there. Because Biden been in the political game. Trump has not. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm going to keep an eye on not just them, but I'm going to keep an eye on everybody that surrounds me. And that includes those that don't like me. A lot. And there's a lot of y'all. And truth be told, y'all been there consistently. And the thing is, you're finally getting tired, aren't you? You realize that one way or another, J-Man don't stop. And then he evolves every time, just like Shin Godzilla. Only thing is this. I ain't dying at the end. And then again, he really didn't die at the end. He was shut down. But the point is this. One way or another, we still got at least more and more years to come. And I can see myself doing the J-Man show for 5 more years or so. The 10th anniversary, that's when everything came full circle. But truth be told, as I'm here with the 5th, I'm still tickled to death about it. And I'm humble, believe it or not. I'm just very confident about it. Because a lot of people just fell apart. As I remember one time when I tried to get a sidekick for this show, and I was like, I do such a good job on my own. There ain't no point. So I never bothered looking. And besides, Mondo did such a good job that time, and I was like, So I'll just make a show for that. And besides, this show went through a lot of transformations too. Because there was one time I could have sworn I joined the Navy with all the cuss words I've been saying. Not so much anymore, though. I'm full of zen now. Pardon me for my tea. But it's the truth. However, speaking of which, that we have more work to do, did you notice that a lot of dumb and non-issue statements are coming out more and more so? Because somebody on the... you got feminists, and you got real feminists that are about, people coming together to make a better way, equality. Well, you know that there are people out there who are full of misandry and a massive bag of hate for those that are masculine, that will happily wear the label of a feminist and try to hold those people back because guess what? There's a high with that now. Yeah, see, if I'm not fighting against crazy... MAGA drones or fascist people, I'm also fighting against the would-be modern feminists too. And I don't know why that is, because at the end of the day, I give respect where respect is due, regardless of gender identification or whatever, you get your rocks off nowadays. The only time you ever really get anything out of me is when you're a complete a-hole. And you have to be brought down. Like so. But this particular one has been in business for a while. Matter of fact, her business petered out when nobody was paying attention to it. Went bankrupt, called Film Frequency. And you see she over there complaining about The Mandalorian. She complained about The Mandalorian the first time, nobody gave a damn. But this time she's talking about boob armor. Yeah, in the latest season, a fan favorite from the Clone Wars show actually came back. What was her name? Karam or something like that? She came back along with 2 others. And, well, her and the other one were actually wearing armor that protects, the mammograms. Well, not mammograms, memories. There you go. And apparently she had a problem with it. She criticizes that. I mean, it couldn't be all the crazy stuff that goes on in Star Wars, like, is what it says in the title, like the wars and all the conflicts. It couldn't be that. It has to be something, pointless. Yeah. Doesn't Samus, remember Samus? Yeah, I do too. Other M sucked, by the way. But throughout the Metroid games, doesn't she have armor on her that not only covers every part of her body, but, every part of her body, including her chest? Like, why are we even having this thing now? Honestly, I realize what that is. I'm not even bothered saying her name. You'll know her name, as I said, her company name, because I don't want to give her any press. The point is that, why? Why do you come out of the... Like we're already getting rid of one tyrant. Now you want to climb up out of the ground so that you can go look for a way to complain about stuff and get money. Now, I will say this about people that actually go and take the fight to her. I'm proud of you for doing that. Because, yeah, she needs to be told about something. I mean, you throw this stuff out here in the public says something back. Who are you to get offended? But don't bring up the stories about the death threats now. Like when people go over there and they do death threats this, death threat that. It's like after a while, this is how you really should come to terms with it. One, it's already shocking that somebody would even go out of their way to do that. I get that. But another thing is she gets no pity from me because she rode through it. And not only that, she profited off of it. And then, she kept on going. She gets no pity from me for that. That's what you should do. You should rise up over that stuff. You should never attempt to live in fear, especially if you bring something else out there. Now, it might take some of y'all some time to actually get that inner strength to keep going. But, the inner strength that you made to actually post something like that or to actually put something, out there in the world that people may or may not understand where you're coming from, that takes a lot. But the strength that you had to do that, you have to hold on to that strength to carry it through because you never know. You might get those that give you praise, but you got to be on the look for something else to come in. And that comes in through backlash. All that backlash that comes through there, you got to weather it like a storm. That's just the way it is. And no matter how many rules they put in play, no matter how many times they try to make snitches out of the stuff that we use or things that record us when we don't even know that they do and all, it's out there. That's just human nature. It's what goes down. But you never should live in fear about it. I mean, even doing multiple episodes of any of these shows that I make, I don't live in fear at all. Because I know my time's coming. But I also know this. I'm going to enjoy life as I can. And when that last drag has to happen, well, that's just it, man. I ain't worried about none of this stuff. If that was the case, I wouldn't be able to do anything, be living life in a bubble. What kind of life is that? Not a life at all, actually. But going back to Sarkey's whole thing. Yeah, I just went ahead and said her name. Why do I even try? Anyway, going back to her crap. You can tell that she's just doing this stuff for attention. She comes out of the woodwork now that we're about to get rid of Trump. And then, what that means? There's going to be more of them to come out. Because quite a lot of them were silent. You didn't really hear anything out of them. But come up out of the woodwork to criticize this. And then every person that's a fan of, and I love Star Wars fans for this. Because while we hate anything new, or we love the franchise, but we hate anything new, we will go ahead in turn and attack anyone that tries to say anything about the things that we hate. Whether it be the sequel trilogy, whether it be anything in the comics, from the books, all that stuff. It could be a whole list of different factors that take place in Star Wars. But I mean, one way or another, we are so woefully divided in Star Wars sometimes. We unite when there's always that op force out there. That's the only time we ever really unite. Take it from me. I'll always be a fan of the franchise, but there's only going to be a few things that I hate. It's going to be those that try to tell me what to do with my fandom, which you don't have the right to do. Those that go ahead and try to say what's canon and what's not canon anymore, or those that go ahead and try to take some of the newer stuff and try to cram it as a way of saying yeah, I'm the superior fan. You're not. You don't own real estate in this. Stop it. You're embarrassing yourself. Just like when people try to say, yeah, I love the original trilogy, and they talk about, oh, yeah, what's your favorite film? All of them? Oh, no. I need a better answer than that. I'll give you a better answer with a fat lip if you don't get out of my face. That's impossible being that BAP. Yeah, you ain't gonna say too much then after I Holyfield you. I ain't got time for that. Truth be told, and the same thing goes with the video games. Have you ever had a decent Star Wars video game other than, let's see, what was it? Fallen Order, was it? Yeah. Fallen Order was good. Well, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I really didn't care. It was kind of short. Squadrons is great. I don't mind Squadrons, though. And then some of the times with EA's logo popping up on there, I'm just like, I get kind of this choked up feeling like I'm about to hurl. Yeah, I think EA games kind of, I'm not a fan of EA games that much. Even though I love Burnout, right? So, I don't know anymore. Well, actually, Need for Speed wasn't too bad. Maybe on one of these episodes, I'll probably try to go back and look and see, when EA actually went evil. And then we'll go from there. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Love-hate with EA, but that's anybody that's in the video games thing. But when it gets right down to it with Sarkeesian stuff, everybody's calling her out on her behavior, so I don't really have to go ahead and thrump down on that stuff. But the problem is, with people like her coming out of the woodwork, trying to take bits and pieces away from things that we enjoy in terms of entertainment and in terms of, leisure entertainment for any form of it, whether it's comics, whether it's movies, whether it's cartoons, or even short pieces, or table reads, or any of that kind of stuff, or even podcasts. Yeah, she had one at one time. It sucked. I remember trying to hear some of it. I was like, this has nothing to do with feminism. This is just three girls on a mic that think the world surrounds them like this, and they go ahead and they talk about what their idea of the world should be. Keyword should be. Thank God it didn't turn out that way. But it's just more and more or less these non-issues, once again, because we're getting a Democratic president, see up in here, you're going to see all these non-issues come out. It happened before with a lot of the commentaries that happened on YouTube at one time. And then everybody going on sides and all this kind of stuff, and nothing got solved. And you see, and then talk about what a complete disaster it is. If you don't agree to any person on that side either, you're automatically called out of your name. Now, before I get called every name in the book, hi, I'm J-Man. The point is, I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. Life goes on. I don't have to hate you. You don't have to hate me. Life goes on. It used to be that way, but nowadays people will hate each other for the damnedest things. And I'm just hoping we don't get to that point anymore, because we don't need that kind of opposition. Like I said earlier in the program, that we all need to come together. Got to have some unity. Got to have some healing. And then we go ahead and we take the fight to those who don't want to change. The ones that want to have hate. The ones that want to have division. Me hating you because of your skin. You hating me because of my skin. All that other kind of stuff. That stuff's going to be there as long as you got people out here still selling that stuff. And if you sip from it, and then all that stuff lightens up because of some irrational fear that you have that can easily get triggered, that's how they get their strength. And then you start finding yourself fighting for them, and they don't care for you as soon as you're done. It's sad but true. I mean, I could save that for a Black Label episode, but you guys don't really need that kind of education right now. And the thing about Black Label episodes, they're coming back too. Because I get the feeling that, once we get into January, it's still going to be a heavy time. It's still going to be a lot to deal with. And that's just in terms of human nature. Another thing is the way the covet spike is going up. Look, I don't know how you guys plan to do Thanksgiving this year, but me, myself, I'm just going to be sitting back with some Swansons. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at, maybe my family on Zoom or Facebook Live, whatever. There's ways that I can communicate. But I don't think I'll be going to anybody's house. You get my drift? Black Friday, I don't care. I think I'm going to make everybody's gifts this year. I'm not doing too much anything. I'm going to go ahead and try to help flatten this curve down. Meanwhile, though, a lot of y'all probably say, hey, Jay, you can wear a mask, you can social distance. It's like, you know what? During the holidays, I just want to chill. And maybe I'm getting my wish this year, because I think that's just what I'm going to probably do. Of course, in addition to that, I'll still be doing specials for you guys. I'll be working on J360 radio material. I'll be writing J360 TV material. Tell no one. Actually, you can tell everyone. Whatever. But the thing is that, the way I'm going to handle it, because I want to really work on flattening that down. We got to make sacrifices to make life livable. And, I really don't know how we managed to get back up to this level. I mean, you always got that percentage of stupid out there, but this is bad. This is really bad. So, we're just going to have to do a little bit better for this round trip, okay? That being said, though, I hope all of you will have a good holiday. It's good to be back doing the J-Man Show for you all. And there's plenty more to come. I'm not done yet. So you all take it easy for me, okay? And J360 Jams is happening this Friday. Yes, it is Jams Week. And since I'll be helping somebody else out with their show tomorrow, you guys are getting a mini bite at some point in the day. So things were a little different this week. But until then, thanks for supporting the show. There's going to be more to come. And then, if you guys really want to help me out with certain things, that Patreon will be coming around soon so that we can keep things going, okay? More money, more magic, Till then, this is the J-Man signing off. You all take it easy for me. Peace.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.